Hello, hello. Welcome on into another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders. I'm Will.
I'm Matt.
On today's episode, we're talking yet again about another barrel product. This is the Amburana. Don't you forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Click that notification bell. Right before we went live, Matt said, I've got things to say about this one. So tell me more. Tell me
All
more.
right. So, of course, our friends at Barrell sent this little fun little sample here of the Amburana Bourbon Barrel Cask series. As you know, we did the two islands there a couple weeks ago for you guys. So this is 116.42 is a proof. It is a combination of 5, 6, 7, and 10-year Indiana and 5-year Kentucky. So, yes, no dickle. All right. It's a mash bill of 70% corn, 21 rye, 4 malted barley. It's a combination of two different bourbon were put together at different char levels and then finished in Amburana wood. Then they take a vatted unfinished bourbon and stick them there to make the bourbon come through more. It's like, okay, so here's the thing. Here's an Amburana oak. You're all these places now going to finish with the Brazilin Oak. Well, I got a buddy named Joe who owns this other company who did this shit way before any of you other guys. I just want to let you guys know that you guys are all copied him. Just want to say, it's not a new concept at this point about all the Amburana Oak. And like I said, there's lots of barrel does it. And of course, there's Penelope and Starlight and all this. So the big thing, Amburana is bullshit. It's fucking Brazilian Oak, okay? Stop calling it this. I know it's your little fun name for it. It's just like Mizunara is the Japanese oak, Agariana's fucking west, Northwest oak. I realize that, but it's not that special. It's got this funky thing to it. And you know why we know? Because Brazil's been using this shit for hundreds of years. And they got this stuff called cachaca. And that's where that weird-ass flavor comes from because of this wood. And we all know, and of course, we're probably the few channels that reviewed that stuff, so we will can tell you about it. So they also put lots of beverages and chocolates, all sorts of stuff in this stuff. In fact, the government of Brazil only lets out a certain amount of these barrels out per year. And this stuff is so potent, you can go through 3 or 4 uses of this oak, and it gives it enough flavor. In fact, they said if you get it wet, it leaches like tea. I mean, that's how predominant this oak is that comes in there. And I know, Boss Hogga, that interesting Brazilian teak wood. Same concept here, guys. So, I get it. Everybody's using this stuff. Now, it's a good, sure. But it's one thing about Amburana. It's not the first one, guys. This shit's been around for a long time. So, stop acting like this new amazing thing in America. Anyway, that's my spiel on Amburana, how I feel about that. So, let's get to what this whiskey actually tastes like. So, and we do appreciate it being sent. Wow, that is some cinnamon. Holy crap.
I was going to say, all of them that I've tried so far, the Penelope Rio, what was the other one that came out recently? Doc Swinson did an Amburana.
They did too now. Okay.
Oak and Eden.
Yeah, Oak and Eden is the original one from like 3 or 4 years ago. For anyone else, like, oh, let's use Amburana. I'm like, Joe had it way before you guys. Just want to say, because I remember texting Joe, I was like, hey, Joe, everybody's copying. He's like, I know, it's bullshit.
But all of them dial that cinnamon sugar up level.
Oh, totally. Like, there is a distinct note to Amburana. Blinded, no matter what, that is a distinct note. They all smell exactly and taste like this. It's such a potent wood.
It's cinnamon toast crunch. It's liquefied cinnamon toast crunch.
Really
all of a sudden floating around in there with my bourbon.
It's almost sickly sweet to me personally. And I like a lot of sweet things, but to me, it's so ridiculously sweet. But
yeah, I mean, it really is like that spun sugar level of sweetness.
Yeah, it's also this like clove, and it reminds me of like a flame almost, that like a burnt cinnamon and clove together with Turkish delight and sage and cardamom. It reminds me of that sailboat. You're on a boat. It reminds me of wooden boats a lot. Brown sugar, chocolate, jasmine, little white flowers, white chocolate, orange.
See, and the white flowers, this reminds me of a tea shop. This reminds me of a chai tea.
Tea shop, exactly.
A chai tea mixed with a white tea and a jasmine kind of floating around in there as well. I mean, like, this is just a bunch of different teas.
It's like you took a tea shop and put Bath and Body Works together.
And the cinnamon Bath and Body Works.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's also got this like passion fruit, a little bit of like even a beer note to me, which is interesting. Banana bread, horchata, coconut milk. And there's a ton of stuff going on. Don't get me wrong. It's
It really
a super
is.
interesting thing.
But it's all just surrounded by cinnamon sugar.
Oh yeah, cinnamon sugar is like the most predominant thing on it, but it does have a lot of really cool layers that are beneath it.
Yeah,
that I really enjoy.
A fun mix of nasal sensations that kind of are happening.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it does get right up in your nostrils. Just go, and it's just you feel like somebody's pulling you around by the nose with this stuff. I don't know. It's a super unique wood.
Whoa.
Okay, so there's a cinnamon again, and clove, and banana chips, black pepper, sage, basil.
It's got
horchata again, chocolate, walnut, cashews. What's that? Oh, pumpkin. Oh, almost like a pumpkin pie now. Tarragon, let me a little steak, cornbread,
very oaky,
molasses, and oaky. Yeah,
very cinnamon heavy.
What is that? Little pink salt. That's a wild journey.
Clove and orange.
Mm-hmm. And there's white flowers again. Jasmine. That's wild. It's good.
It's a big
crazy.
On that?
The proof on is 116.42.
Okay. Yeah.
It's got a high proof on it. It's $85. I think it's a fair price. This, I would say, is a very advanced whiskey because there's a lot going on. This is not a simple whiskey. This one, I think, you sit around with an hour, maybe 2 hours. This is going to change constantly on you.
I agree completely. This
is super interesting whiskey. I do really like this. Is probably one of my favorite new barrels. That is really good.
See, and to me, like this is one of those ones you probably could have used a bunch of Dickel and covered it right the hell up.
You're probably right. You probably could have.
Because,
all right,
man,
I mean the Dickel version of this now to see if you can cover the Dickel up.
I just want to know if anything can mask it.
I think that'd be hilarious.
Can anything get rid of that chalkiness? You know.
Well, the funny thing is, we've had Dickel products that don't have that note. Occasionally, was it the?
Like 2.
Yeah, it wasn't many. It was the 11
of the bottle and bonds.
It was one of the bottle and bonds that didn't have it. It was great. But then the other one had it again. I'm like, no, why did you put it back?
Yes.
So yeah, just
interesting. This is big and robust.
It's wild.
Very cinnamon forward, but I agree with you that it is an advanced whiskey. I'm assuming my price point's around 90.
Yeah, it's 85, so it's not bad.
Yeah, and honestly, it really is worth every penny of that as far as complexity and depth and just amount of notes listed, right? Like in a lot of these whiskey reviews, we don't list through 50, I think, different.
Yeah, there's a lot on this one. I think this is definitely more complex than the Tale of Two Islands, I think.
Yes.
It was good. This is more interesting. I was hoping for more peat smoke on the Tale of Two Islands because part of it's Isla cask, but it was really muted. Super wild stuff, though. So cool. Hell of a good job and interesting thing to do with them. Definitely one of the more interesting Amburana casks I've had. There's a lot of them. It's just that fun, but this has all that cool stuff underneath it that I'm not finding in other Amburana cask whiskeys. That is just that's it, and that's the note you get to the very front with that cinnamon and clove, and then it doesn't have a lot underneath it. This has got a ton of stuff going on.
Right, and on the second sip, even a little bit of rye spice is kind of playing in there now. This is lovely.
21% rye. So yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. I just, on that second blush, it was just a nice little rye ding.
Sure is.
Kind of playing with it, and it was kind of playing really nicely with the cinnamon. So I like it, man.
Yeah. Well, good job once again, bro. Thanks for sending this to us. Really appreciate it. This was a fun one.
Yeah. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Click that notification bell. We go live every Monday night, deep diving into a whiskey topic. Join the Patreon, get access to some behind the scenes fun. And until next time, keep on crusading, put a whiskey in your glass. Cheers.
Cheers.